Hi everyone, this is Tammy, owner of Worthyworthitpriceless, and today's podcast is titled, Will You Keep Going? So, for you all who may or may not know, aside from doing podcasts, I also make products. I make inspirational home decor, so it's usually like pillows. Now I've been getting into kitchen things, so I've been making like the little kitchen towels and travel mugs and everything like that. So, with this story is more about what happened with the travel mugs. If this is your first podcast, hello. If not, you may have heard me say before that I am a former runner, not in the physical, because, unless, you know, something drastic happens, and hope it never does. But it's just basically running from one situation to the next, or letting go of something, or not starting or stopping what I do, whatever, something like that. You know what I mean? But either way. So I just started doing, like I said, I just started doing travel mugs. So I ended up buying 4 just to test it out. Just want to see if it's something that I want to start offering or whatever. So I did my first travel mug, and I'm like, oh my God, I love this. I want to start doing this. So I ended up going on to the website to try to buy more. The issue with that was that I saw the picture of the travel mugs, but there was no option to buy the travel mugs. And I was doing it on my phone, so I was like, okay, let me just try the desktop view. Still didn't show up. I opened up my laptop, and I'm like, okay, still didn't show up. So I ended up calling the 1-800 number, and I'm like, okay, they're on the website, but for some reason I can't order them. Can I order them through you? Oh, well, the problem with those is that we don't have them in stock. Now, on the website, it doesn't show that they don't have them in stock. They just don't have the payment option. Like, usually, you'd be like, they're back ordered or this, that, and the third. But for this particular item, it didn't have that. It just didn't have an option to buy them. So I was like, all right, cool. So I was like, well, when are you going to get them back? We don't know. Okay. So I was like, all right, cool. Not really, but you know what I mean? I didn't really feel defeated, but I was like, all right, I really like doing these. And I'm like, this would be a great option, or this, that, and the third. And I was like, man. So anyway, I ended up going to the physical store, and I'm like, all right, if I can't get the travel mugs, then let me see if I can try to do actual mugs. So I went in the store, went and got just went and found some mugs. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to try just regular coffee mugs. But as I'm going down the aisle, what do I see? I see the travel mugs. I'm like, oh my God, like this is exactly. So I think it was like 4 or 5 of them. I got them all. So I was like, all right, cool. So I started getting the other stuff too, and all that stuff. And I just ended up getting a basket and calling it a day. And as I was about to leave the store, something said, look up. And I looked up, and on the top shelf, there was a whole shelf full of travel mugs. I went to the front. I bought every single one. I bought every single travel mug. And that's basically, that was it. But the thing about it is, it's, will you keep going if you get a no? In certain situations, I know how I used to be. As soon as I got a no, I guess that was a sign that I'm not supposed to be doing this, and I will go on to the next idea or the next situation. And now, by the grace of God, I'm seeing how God works. Because even if it's not on His timing, it will still work out for you. But in certain things, it's how bad do you want it? If you get a no, are you going to say, you know what, that's it, I guess this is not for me? Or are you going to keep going through your circumstances, through your situations, and you're going to say, you know what, I'm going to make something out of myself. I'm going to do this, and I know that this may not be the route that I wanted to take, which is like the travel mugs. All right, I'm going to try something else. I will try the mugs. But at least, will you be present for the blessing? If I didn't go to the store and just even try a different option, I would have basically been defeated, because actually I went to Target to get Vea, my daughter, some training pants. And I was actually going to go to work. I was like, all right, I'm just going to go to work. And I had a little bit of time. I was like, you know what, let me just try going to the store and just trying to see this, as far as the mugs went. And if I would have never, said, hey, let's keep going, I would have never seen the travel mugs and everything that I needed. So like I said, that isn't the only example, because I know even around that same time, I was supposed to have a package delivered to me on Black Friday. And so Black Friday came around, and it was basically for my supplies. And what happened was, like I said, I was actually at work, and the package came. Supposedly, it was like 9:30. My mail doesn't come until like 5, 6, or 7 o'clock at night. So, I get a message at like 9:30 that your package has been delivered to an individual. And I'm like, I'm at work. And there's no one at my house at this time. So why is, whatever. So anyway, I called them, and I called the post office, and I'm like, well, I'm not at home. So where's my package? And he's like, and so they was like, well, we'll have your local office call you, blah, blah, blah. And the local office called me later on in the day, and they were like, well, I can't get in contact with the carrier, this, that, and the third. And so no one knew where my package was at for the whole day. And so the next day, I still couldn't get any answers. And then the next thing I know, someone knocks on my door. And I look out, I come outside, and lo and behold, it's my package. And that's the thing, is will you keep going? A lot of times when certain things, like I said, certain things happen like that, you're like, all right, you know what I mean? Like, it's basically, there was no answer for me. And no one knew where anything was. And sometimes things will just show up in your path. And I believe that what God is trying to do for us is just let us know He isn't someone like how, we can go to McDonald's or Burger King or anything like that, and we can get everything the way that we want. We can get, like basically microwavable. We want everything the way that it is when it's supposed to come and everything like that. But that's not how God is. Certain times you're going to have to wait for your blessing. You may have to wait months, sometimes maybe years, but even through those times, He's still working on you, and He's making you a better person. But it's if you are willing to wait. A lot of times we just, like I said, how I used to be, I'll just go from one situation to the next. I'll be like, all right, this ain't working for me, so let me try something else. But now I'm really realizing how to just sit in a situation and see how it works out, and see how it pans out. And God always makes a way. And like I said, my package could have came the first day and I wouldn't even have inspiration for you, or the point, I could have just accepted the 4. And I'm like, all right, well, maybe this isn't something I'm supposed to do. But the point that you keep going, no matter what obstacles in your way, God will make a way for you. So sometimes you also have to get out of your comfort zone to basically make something happen. But no matter what, you have to keep going through all the obstacles that's going on in your life. It's not the time to really give up or anything. Maybe that situation maybe, like I said, maybe you might have a situation like what happened to me. The point that I just kept going, by the grace of God, doors opened up. And I think that's what God is having us see, that a lot of things isn't just going to fall into our lap. We're going to have to actually make some movements and make a change within ourselves. So with that being said, just know that you can just keep going. Now is not the time to give up. I don't know what dream that you might have, what idea or anything. But just because you have an obstacle does not mean that it's time to give up on your dreams. It's not over for you unless you want it to be. So just keep going and just know that you are worthy, worth it, and priceless. And until next time, bye.